there, people of the internet. This is a stripper clip with some Turkish ammunition inside of it. This particular stuff has been deactivated and I use it for filming purposes. But that's what this is. That is surplus ammo, and it is corrosive. And what makes it corrosive is the primers inside of these things actually have salt in them. And whenever salt meets metal, it causes rust. Now, this Turkish ammunition, I run this stuff very often through my Yugoslavian Mauser. This is a 24-47. You guys have seen me shoot this a ton on the channel. It's one of my regular go-to firearms just because I really like it. And whenever I tell people about the ammunition that I'm shooting, I get a lot of people who go into the comments down below and tell me that I am destroying my gun because I am firing corrosive ammunition through it. And I'm going to tell you right now, corrosive ammunition does not damage your gun. Well, it doesn't damage it in the way that people seem to think that it does. Corrosive ammunition, the way that it damages your gun is not the corrosive ammunition, it's actually water. You see, salt attracts water, and if you have, say, a humid environment where there's a bunch of water in the air, that water will sit on the corrosive salts left over from the ammunition that is inside of your barrel, and whenever water sits on metal, it causes it to rust. And so as a result, we have a situation where that corrosive ammunition, if left sitting on the metal, will cause some rust issues, and that right there could potentially cause your gun to no longer be accurate, and there's a bunch of stuff that goes into that, but we're not going to focus on that for this particular video. Corrosive ammunition is not going to hurt your gun as long as you clean it, and I have no idea why people are so against cleaning their gun. I think that they are just scared of it, which I don't understand. People will go and they'll wipe down their table, which is made of wood, and they'll clean their pots and pans, which are made of metal, and this is literally just wood and metal. Why are people so afraid of cleaning something like this? It's literally just wood and metal. If you fire corrosive ammunition through your rifle, it has to be cleaned. You have to get the salts out of that, but the salts sitting in there aren't going to damage your gun. It's going to take a significant amount of time for those salts to attract enough moisture for the damage to even begin to happen. Like, for example, I live here in Florida. It is very, very humid here in Florida, especially during the summer times. And even here in Florida, where it is stupidly humid to the point where we have like water vapor and fog on a lot of occasions, even to that point, after firing corrosive ammunition, I could let a rifle sit for upwards of 2 days before I start to see any degradation with rust issues from that corrosive ammo. Now, I recommend cleaning your rifle pretty much after you're done shooting it, but you don't have to worry about your rifle immediately deteriorating, especially if you're out there shooting and using it. The corrosive ammunition is not going to immediately start destroying your rifle as soon as you pull that trigger. It takes time for that water condensation to build up, and even once it does build up, it takes time for it to start corroding your metal. If you get water on your rifle, it doesn't just immediately turn into a rust ball. It takes time for that corrosion to start. It takes time for that metal to oxidize. Now, the best ways to clean corrosive ammunition out of your rifle, there's a ton of videos on it. I've even made some videos of myself about it. I literally just pour hot water down the barrel. I'll take my bolt out of my rifle just like this, grab a funnel, stick it into my chamber, and pour hot water down into that barrel. Hot water dissolves salt. If you take, say, any amount of hot water and you stick some salt inside of it and stir it around, that salt is going to dissolve. It does the same thing with like sugar and whatnot. Hot water is just good at dissolving things like that. So that's going to dissolve the salt, and it pours out the front of the barrel, and then you take a cleaning rod, you dry out your barrel using a paper towel, gun patch, rag, whatever it is that you have, and then you stick some oil inside the barrel to prevent it from rusting, because an oil film helps prevent rust from metal. You can either oil it or you can paint it. well, I'm not talking about painting your bore. With metal, you can either oil it or you can paint it. Paint is also really good at preventing rust, but we certainly cannot paint the inside of our barrel because that needs to be exact to 1/1000th of an inch. So as a result, we oil it. Just take a little oil film on that thing, and that prevents any rust from happening. If you don't want to go the hot water route, there's different solvents that you can use. Like this is one that I use. It's a muzzle magic cleaner, and this actually helps dissolve black powder. I think it works really, really well with corrosive ammo. Literally just stick some of this on a patch with a cleaning rod, run it through your rifle, you know, do that 2 or 3 times and until the patches start coming out clean, and then oil the bad boy and you're good to go. The corrosive ammunition is not gonna immediately destroy your gun. As a matter of fact, I have shot I don't know how many thousands of rounds of ammunition through this particular rifle, and basically all of it has been surplus. And as you can see, the barrel on this is still quite good because I cleaned the rifle after I fire that corrosive stuff. I don't allow it to start rusting and start decomposing the rifling at the end of the bore. That's whenever you start seeing really shot out rifles, and that's where you start seeing accuracy issues. So if you do decide to fire corrosive ammunition, you're not going to destroy your gun firing corrosive ammo. You destroy your gun by letting that corrosive ammo, that salt from that corrosive ammo, sit in your gun because you're too lazy to clean it. That destroys the gun. Laziness destroys the gun, not the corrosive ammo. So there's my rant. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below is a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off. Have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next episode.
Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.